Don't put your yield at risk, put your trust in proven solutions. Anvil Nitrogen Stabilizer, Super U Premium Fertilizer, and Tribune Nitrogen Stabilizer from Koch Agronomic Services. These products offer higher active ingredient concentrations imitator brands can't match. See the difference at defendyourn.ca.
Nuffield Canada does a lot of great work sending, being a part of getting people from across the country, all around the world, to do these very cool projects. And they've got a new application window open for the next class of Nuffield scholars. Joining us right now is the chair of Nuffield Canada. It is Steve Larocque. Hey, Steve, how are we doing?
Good, Shaun. How you doing?
Pretty good. Okay, did I sum up Nuffield Canada there? I think it's more than that, but that would be my summation. You fill in the blanks for us.
That's a great pitch. To fill in the blanks, Nuffield Canada, we've been around just about 75 years. So what we do is send people around the world to explore new ideas, innovations, policies, practices, and bring them home back to Canada to implement in our own businesses, our own farms and communities, and broadly Canadian agriculture. So we provide $20,000 bursaries to farmers, like other researchers, people in agribusiness professionals, people across the call it the ag ecosystem. And what we do is we provide the network because there's just over 2,000 alumni. So we send them around the world to learn new things and bring them home. And it's really to bring back new perspectives, to bring back new ideas, because oftentimes we find ourselves siloed in Canada. So what we do is create a network, allow them to go explore the world, learn new things, and bring them home and report on it. So the application process is from April 1st and closes June 30th. So what you do is apply online, go to nuffield.ca, and you'll have an apply now button. So you click on it, you'll find out some more information about the process, which is just part of it's written, part of it's a video, and then eventually it's an interview. So once the application's closed, the end of June, there'll be like a top 10 list put together, and there'll be formal interviews in July, and then we award people in September. So
Now, who is the ideal, like there's people listening to this like, well, I'm just a farmer, or nah, I work for a large corp. I don't know if this
yeah,
doesn't fit for me. Does it fit all those people? Like what is the profile?
yeah, it absolutely does. The profile is people between the ages of 25 and 50. In fact, we've had people up to 60. So really, we're selecting for people who are curious, who are open-minded, who are generous with their time, shown through either on boards or committees or ag societies, people who are genuinely curious. So if that is you and you're a farmer or you own an agribusiness or you're in industry, like you're supporting farmers or supporting the ag network, you're in food processing, you're in fishing, forestry, fiber, people who are genuinely curious and want to learn something new and hungry for information, this is just a rocket ship for connection and community and bringing a lot of open-minded people together, which just leads to great conversations and huge networking and so much information brought home. It's a life-changing experience. So the ideal person is, between that 25 and 50, and it's really about the character of the individual.
I like that curiosity. Now, do I have
Mhm.
to choose an area of like, because you could be
Yeah,
lost, like be a distracted person every day, kind of going a bunch of different directions here. So we choose a theme or I guess a niche of the industry, or how does that work on our
that's
product?
right. That's right. So part of the application process is to choose a topic that you're curious about, that you're interested in. In fact, we're putting together an idea bank for those who are curious and intelligent and generous, but don't necessarily know what they quite want to investigate just yet. But it certainly needs to be a topic that's relevant to your business or your community or Canadian agriculture. So those are the topics we're looking for, and they could be everything from resurgence in Indigenous agriculture to ag ecotourism to looking at ecosystem services on a farm level and how to make those profitable, not just a good idea. So we've got many topics that range from, agritourism to even policy, looking at renewable energy and the impact of renewable energy and how that fits in our system. So
Yeah, like I could just imagine somebody like in the in the cropping sector or cattle feeding sector, being
Yeah,
able to go see the way that other people do things
yeah,
and trying to, figure out what works, what doesn't, and trying to bring that home and just not applying all of it,
yeah.
but being able to just apply a sliver of it to make improvements like that. I just think that's
There's
so cool.
Yeah, there's no, you know what? There's nothing better than peer-to-peer knowledge, right? So what we provide is because you're selecting for curious people who are open-minded, we provide a network and a platform. So you go to the kitchen tables, you walk the fields with the problem solver. So it's like a farmer to farmer. We're walking through fields, you're at the kitchen table, and because we break down the barriers, because there's no competition. I'm not in competition necessarily with someone in WA or in Western Australia, but I'll happy to learn and they're happy to share because that's part of being a Nuffield is really opening up your business, whether it's the numbers, whether it's the people, the culture, whatever it is you're looking for. We break down those barriers so you get right to work, and there's an automatic friendship that comes along with it because you're in many cases staying with the very farms that you're investigating. So you have all these case studies from all around the world that you go to investigate, you build friendships, you build new relationships, and all of a sudden your world is really small. So all of a sudden you're talking to people in Brazil, you're talking to people in Western Australia or Zimbabwe or anywhere in the UK or France, anywhere, Brazil, Chile. So you're talking with all these farmers and agribusiness professionals who are all curious, who are all driven, and they're all coming together, and you get that network. All of a sudden, that's what that's your everyday. That's your every week.
Well, I know a lot of people have become Nuffield scholars and very much enjoyed their experience. You got me kidding, Steve. I'm starting to wonder if I should apply.
Do it.
Yeah.
100% do it. Absolutely.
Do the radio show from the road.
Oh,
How much fun would we have? That's the problem. It's too much fun.
this is only a 10-minute segment, is it? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You definitely need to do one.
Now, one of the things that I think you've kind of undersold here,
Yeah.
what my observation has been is that when these Nuffield scholars, whether it's the people in Canada or some of the alumni from around the world, when they get a chance to run into each other in meetings going forward, like this is a peer group you have for the rest of your life.
It is. It's lifelong. So it's a 2-year program, but that's just the beginning of it. Really. That's almost like a starting point. You take your 2-year journey, you write your paper, you investigate, you build relationships, and from that point on, I'm a 2008 scholar. So from that point on, when I finished in 2010, it was a rocket ship for a very long time. And when I say that, it's like this huge community that you're part of, and it never ends. In fact, there's some other people who just said yesterday they had people come in from New South Wales and they hadn't seen them in forever, like 10 years. And all of a sudden, you're connected. They've come to Canada, they've come to visit, and they're visiting some farms, they're visiting some Nuffield alumni. And that's 12 years on since they've seen each other. So it's incredible.
Okay, so give us the goods again here. How do we apply? If we're interested, the real people in the Real Ag audience here, well, give us the details. How do they apply?
Details are so applications open on April 1st. They close June 30th. Go to nuffield.ca and click apply now. All the details are right there. It's in plain English, so it should be easy enough to figure out and navigate the page. It's only 2 pages, and good luck.
Just a question for we here on SiriusXM. Of course, we got a lot of U.S. listeners. Is there a Nuffield in the U.S. that people should be checking out?
There is. Yeah, Nuffield. Nuffield is part of the U.S. International community. So there's 16 countries, and the U.S. is part of them. So
awesome.
Look up Nuffield USA, and I'm sure you'll find that. I don't know the right website offhand, but
yep.
Sure, it's Nuffield USA, and you'll find Bart Ruth is the current chair.
Ah. Beauty. Wonderful. Oh, look at it. We're giving referrals for everybody.
Hey, let's do this.
Hey,
Awesome.
Steve. Thanks a lot for joining us here, and all the best with this intake in the future of Nuffield Canada.
Right on. Thanks for having us, Shaun.